Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Grow With Me. I'm your host, Aziza. In today's episode, we would like to talk about the idea of achieving more by doing less. So, before diving into today's episode, I would like to remind you, as always, to have your favorite drink, whether it's a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a cup of matcha, glass of juice, or water, so that you enjoy your drink while listening to today's episode. So, yeah, let's dive into today's episode. Today, I want to invite you into a quiet space. Imagine yourself being in a quiet space, a space that is away from the noise, that is away from the endless notifications, and that is away from the pressure to constantly be on. I want you to be in a quiet space where you simply turn off notifications if possible, maybe turn off your phone, turn off everything, all right? Just be with yourself. All right. And here is the question. Once you imagine yourself being in a very quiet space, the question is that what are you feeling? Are you calm, or is there a low hum of anxiety in the background of your mind? Is there a lingering feeling that you are not doing enough, that you are falling behind, that you need to run faster just to stay in the same place? Seriously, what are you feeling? Because in my case, I'm feeling exhausted. I am feeling that I have a lot to do, but I don't have time for that. I am feeling that I am kind of falling behind. But what I know, all these mental thoughts are basically in my head. They are not real. They are simply in my head, and they keep on bugging me all the time. These thoughts keep on bugging me all the time from morning till night that I have a lot to do, I am not enough, I am falling behind, others have accomplished their task but not me, others have succeeded but I have a long way to go. I have all this background noise. So, what about you? What are you feeling at this particular moment? I would love it if you share your feelings below in the comments. Well, if you feel that pressure, I am here to tell you that you are not alone. We are actually living in an era that worships busyness. Seriously, every time we see people busy, we be like, oh my gosh, they are amazing. Although they are not doing anything productive, they are simply pretending to be busy. And by just showing how busy they are, you find a lot of people admiring them. And I sometimes wonder, why do we admire them? What have they accomplished? So this is the thing. I have seen actually a lot of people like that. I have seen a lot who are simply pretending to be busy all the time. I feel like being busy is actually a badge of honor to them because really people admire those who are always busy despite the fact of not producing anything at all. Or maybe they do produce, but not really as much as expected from them. So, this is the thing actually. We are living in an era that worships busyness. We wear our exhaustion and busyness like a badge of honor, as I said. We measure our worth by the length of our to do list. If we have a lot to do, that means we are perfect. But if we have less, that means we are not perfect. And this is actually a myth. That is not true at all. But this is how we started measuring our worth, unfortunately. But I really want to ask you something. And please be honest, all right? Like, it's a very honest question, and I want you to be honest in your answer. Are you actually productive, or are you just busy? Are you moving toward your dreams, or are you just running and burning out while staying in the exact same spot? Well, the truth is, true productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And to do that, we need to talk about a concept that might sound radical, especially in today's world, which is slow productivity. But let's be real. Slow productivity is not about being lazy, it's about being intentional. It's about protecting your energy so you can create your best work. Well, personally speaking, I didn't really understand this concept quite early. I was actually the queen of hustle culture. I truly believe that the only path to success was through absolute exhaustion and busyness. I thought that if I wasn't working 10 hours a day, I was failing. I thought that my worth was directly tied to how many tasks I accomplished, how many words I wrote, how many hours I slept, or maybe how few hours I slept. This is what I thought. Seriously. And that is absolutely wrong. But let me tell you what that path actually leads to. That path, alright, doesn't lead to genius. It only leads to burnout. It leads to anxiety, and it even leads to a tired brain that is completely incapable of deep, meaningful work. Personally, I was busy all day, but I was producing nothing of real value back then. I was just reacting to urgency, not focusing on importance. That was back then, right? But still, I mean, compared to today, I feel that nowadays I am much better, but still I have that particular feeling of not doing a lot. I still have that um, inner voice in my head that keeps on bugging me all the time. But at the same time, I keep on reminding myself that I am not robot, I am not machine, I'm a human. My brain needs to have some rest, I need some break and all that. It sometimes works, but other times it doesn't, but I'm still working on that. I am still trying to grow. And seriously, the same thing needs to be in your case. You need to remind yourself that you are not a robot, that you are human, and your brain, your creativity, your intelligence can't be forced. They need some rest, they need stillness, they need time to synthesize, to connect the dots, to dream. When you push yourself to the limit, you are not being productive. You are simply being destructive. So, how is it possible to shift from the chaos of busyness to the calm of slow productivity? Well, let me give you some tips. All right, I have some tips I would like to share with you. And before sharing these tips, I would like to remind you that to shift your focus from busyness to the calm of slow productivity, it is not about a checklist. It has everything to do with your mindset. It's all about giving yourself permission to move at your own pace. So, the first thing that I want you to do is that I want you to prioritize your task. Choose only three important tasks to do every day, not all the tasks. You need to prioritize. Slow productivity means choosing only three important tasks for your day and give them your full, undistracted focus. When you finish them, that's it. You are done. No guilt, no extra task, just celebration. Seriously, you need to celebrate. You need to celebrate every time you finish something because you need to reward your brain. And this is really important. Your brain needs to be rewarded every time you finish something. The second thing is that you need to learn to value quality over quantity. What does that mean? Having a lot of tasks to do doesn't mean being successful. So that is why by choosing three important tasks, in this case, you are valuing the quality. Why? Because by the end of the day, you will have an amazing result. By by the end of the day, you will feel relaxed. You will feel successful, you will feel accomplished. And this is related to the quality of your task, the quality of your result. But if you keep on working on a lot of tasks all the time, in the end, you might not achieve a good result. You might complete the task, but the result might not be as expected. So that is why it is always important to choose only three tasks if possible. Focus on them, complete them, and that's it. All right. The third important point that I would like to share is that you need to learn about the importance of reclaiming your rest. You really need to do that. Rest is really important, and it is not something you earn after you finish your work. Rest is something that is really, really needed. What do I mean by rest? Rest means sleep, maybe walk, maybe being on silent mode, staying away from notifications, from your phone, from social media, from connections, at least for a short time. This is really important, and it's very much important for your mental growth. And by the way, if you do that, you are not wasting time. You are energizing yourself. You are somehow recharging your mental battery. All right? So that is why slowing down, it's not about stopping. It's basically about ensuring that you can keep going and going in the right direction. So, yeah, my message to you today before ending our episode, my message to you today is a challenge to go against the grain, as we say. So, this week, I want you to pick one big task that matters, or maybe let's say not this week, today, okay? Choose three big tasks that matters, all right? Work on them. Maybe spend 2 or 3 hours in completing one task. Try to put your phone away. Stay away from your phone so that you produce deep focus. And after that, try to take some break by maybe walking or maybe having your favorite drink, maybe buying some chocolate from the supermarket, anything, all right? And just to celebrate, just you need to celebrate every time you finish a task. And by the way, if you do that, you will be amazed. Trust me, you will be amazed to find out that you accomplish more in these particular hours than in a whole day of distracted, stressed out busyness. So, seriously, slowing down is a radical act, and it is actually an act of self respect. And this is the only way to achieve truly great things. So, yeah, this is basically everything so far. Thank you so much for dedicating this time to yourself and for listening to my episode. Your support means the world to me, honestly. If this message resonated with you, please share it with one person who needs to hear it. And if you have questions, if you have other topics that you want me to focus on for the upcoming episodes, please let me know down below as well. So, thank you so much once again. Don't forget to subscribe for more professional and personal growth. Also, follow me on Spotify. If you prefer listening to long episodes, I have a lot on my Spotify channel. Again, if you have questions to ask, if you have some ideas to share, you are always welcome to do so down below in the comments. Thank you so much once again, and I'll be looking forward to having you on the upcoming episodes. Thanks and take care. Bye bye.